What's going on, everyone? This is Underdog Research Channel. I hope that you are doing well. I am excited. I'm going to talk to you very quickly. I have some spoilers for you. I have some spoilers, and I'm so excited to talk to you about this. Now, let me tell you before I get started. I am going to make you bite your nails. By the end of this video, I'm going to make you nervous, and then some of you may feel that you won the lottery. You're going to get all of it today. Now, let's talk about this conversation with Swift Coin. Now, I recently posted this Swift Coin spoilers, and that's exactly what you're going to get today. I'm going to tell you straight to your face right now that what I'm about to tell you is not publicly released. What I'm going to tell you has never been told before. This is the edge. Now, I'm going to have to remind a few of you who've never seen my platform before exactly what Swift Coin is. And I'm going to remind some of you who are coming back because I first brought you Swift Coin starting at the beginning of 2024, January. And I started researching this in 2023, at the end of 2023, the fourth quarter. And I started doing a series of videos. I've done over 80 videos at this point on Swift Coin. I wanted you to understand it, and I broke some huge discoveries for you. Let me go through some of the discoveries, lay that foundation, and then I have to tell you, if you click off of this conversation, that's on you. We're going to be doing a mini series, and I need to get you caught up. So let's get caught up. As you know, I've been doing the zero knowledge proofs conversation for the last few months. And I've been talking through the connected series. What I want you to understand is what I'm going to do here with Swift Coin is to bring you back to this project. And we're going to start with the most updated information, and I'm going to connect it to previously disclosed information. And I'm going to then give you some new information that has just occurred. And I'm talking about something humongous for this project. Members only, those who have seen the 80 videos, who want more information to get in this mini series. And you're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it because I'm telling you, this is some crazy stuff. I have now verified this crazy stuff that I'm telling you about, and I'm going to bring it to you. This is Swift Coin Connected Mini-Series Upgraded. So let's talk about what I do and what we're going to find out. This is what you're going to find out. I find out where the money is coming from. I look at the biggest connections, then I go from the biggest connections and I work my way down to the minute fiber, and then I show you the research that backs up what I say. I just don't talk speculative hype. I tell you the research first, and then I let you look at it and you decide whether you like the information or not. That's not for me to do. So that research over hype methodology is what has led me to some big discoveries. So if you don't know this already, make sure you know now that you will be able to see this special series on my members only platform that I've just launched. You can press join and you'll be ready for when the mini series launches this week. It is going to be worth every single bit of your membership by joining this, because I'm telling you, I've given you some edges. Let's talk about those edges you found out before you get this information. Swift Coin, Swift Blockchain. I first started talking about this January of 2024, researched and verified this project in fourth quarter of 2023. Now, I made some big connections like EigenLayer before it came out. As you know, if you had got into this Swift Coin, it led us to EigenLayer, and EigenLayer was 66 cents in April of 2025, and now it's hit $2. And at the height of EigenLayer, it hit $5.64, and it's not even getting started yet. There's no bull run. So that's one example of how we took one project, did some research and investigations, discovered another project. That's what I do. I want to find out the biggest and baddest. Now, what's some of the things that we learned? Let me show you this right here. We learned that Swift Blockchain wasn't the only singular project. I showed you this connection to another project that no one had discussed on the internet. It was not out there. On March 19th, 2023, Swift blockchain application was launched, but I found out about this other project called MetaPath. And as you can see here, October 13th of 2022, their application launched. Swift blockchain is a project, and the intellectual property is MetaPath. That was not discovered. Look on YouTube, you can search online, and that was a huge detail that no one talked about. And why is that important? Well, MetaPath being opened on 2022 prior to the application of Swift Pro, which is not currently available in the US, but prior to it in 2023, lets me know that development had occurred, that there was a plan, but there is a why. And I helped you to understand that why. Now, let me just go to this because I think it's important to show you this. As I showed you through the research of SwiftCoin, through this research, we found EigenLayer, and EigenLayer now is worth 19.88 billion total lock value. Now you're saying, Underdog researcher, I thought this was a SwiftCoin spoiler. It is. Here's the point before we get to the new information. If you had not seen the information shared to you, disclosed, and discovered about SwiftCoin, we would have never found these other projects. When you're on a path of crypto investigation, it's not just the subject of your investigation. We have to look at who the subject associates with. That's what they call the associates. I have to look at not only SwiftCoin, but what other projects are associated and what's the level of association. And is that something you can use as an edge in cryptocurrency trading? That's going to be up to you. But look at what you learned. Now, let's continue. MetaPath was a discovery directly determined through finding a mistake that someone had made and I had discovered. Now, what did we find out? What is MetaPath? For the first time, if you've never seen this before, MetaPath is exactly this. It's for NFTs and crypto trading and swapping platform. It also allows you to transfer credits such as, tokens and other projects like that. You can do money. It's for retail and it's also for institutional investors. MetaPath was a huge discovery, but everyone was so focused on the metaverse and NFTs, you didn't really pay attention to who were the owners and why this is important. Now, let's keep going with this. What did I find out? We found out this. Path is the MetaPath protocol. Path protocol. Look at what you see there. We found out this through a mistake that was made because this was posted online and we found that it only had 69 posts from Matthew O'Neill. I highlighted the things within the post. We found out that board map path was what this was linked to for this page. We found out it said he was a founder and CEO of MetaPath. We found out it was associated with Path.finance. We found out that he joined March of 2022. That was consistent with what I found when the application for MetaPath launched in 2022 March. So now we found this little detail, but look at the mistake that was made because that's going to lead you to what I have to announce for you today. So if we look at this, here is a mistake that was made on his page. If you look closely on this page, he had created a second page. And in that second page for the CEO with the same logo, it says CEO at Path Protocol. Path Protocol. Here on the second page of this same post, made it a different time period, he changed it to Path.finance. Now you're saying, Underdog, I just don't see it. What does it matter? It matters because by us identifying that there is two different names being stated here, a path protocol and a path finance, it was a lead for me to investigate further to determine where the evidence went. And more importantly, where the money is going. This one mistake by the publisher of this site led to more discoveries, and that's the Money Trail series. I had shown you in Swift the huge conversation about what it was, how it's associated with red packets, how you can send money, how that's associated with China and remittances and WhatsApp, how this was connected as a project for Swift Coin. Then I showed you that MetaPath is the intellectual property that's two. Then I showed you that Path Protocol and MetaPath are separate and is a sub company within MetaPath. I know it sounds interesting. I know it sounds confusing, but just get it here. You got the McDonald's, and then in McDonald's, you have a Big Mac. And in that Big Mac, you have some meat, a patty. We're talking about companies and technologies intertwined together and leading to the knowledge of who is behind it all. That is the conversation. So let's go ahead and close this out with this. If you want to be a part of that knowledge base to keep putting yourself in a position to win, make sure you look at my QR code, join my membership. It's not that much for you to learn. All you have to do is put the effort in. And I have exclusive series right now on Swift Coin, but it's just not about Swift Coin. It's about the other projects and technologies I'll make you aware of along the way. A lot of things are coming out early that you don't know about. A lot of things that are connected. And I am simply trying to share with you knowledge that can help you. So please make sure you take advantage of that. Till next time, it's been the Underdog Research Channel. Take care.